Good morning in Lake Park. Good morning in Lakota, home of the Raiders. Thank you for making KFGO number one in the morning, number one all day long. The KFGO Morning Crew, Doug Leier, Amistadi, getting your Thursday or your Friday Eve, as Leo would like to say, set for you.
Yeah, we want to talk sunflowers this morning. John Sandbaken, Executive Director of North Dakota Sunflower Association, joining us here on the KFGO Morning Crew. Good morning to you, John.
Well, good morning to you.
Is it the North Dakota Sunflower Association or National Sunflower Association?
No, it's the National Sunflower Association. We represent the sunflower industry and growers from North Dakota all the way down through Texas.
Well, that must be a big deal then. If North Dakota is doing the representing, are we the lead producer of sunflowers then?
You know, this year we're going to be. Usually it's kind of a race between North Dakota and South Dakota as to who's the biggest producer. But this year I think North Dakota will come in first place.
Why is that, John?
Well, you know, we had a nice bumper in our acreage this year in North Dakota. And it's one of the things that, you know, obviously it depends on how much seed you produce. And it looks like this year our crop's going to be just a little bit bigger because we had more acres and just overall what the yield's going to be.
What caused that? Why did North Dakota plant more sunflowers this year?
Well, you know, each year a farmer looks at the different crops that they can grow. And, you know, they want to do what's going to be best economically for them. And this year, sunflowers turned out to be a very profitable crop. And so that's why we picked up a lot of acres.
And a lot of people think, you know, sunflower seeds at the ballpark, sucking on those and spitting them, might think of a peanut butter-like product. But what are we doing with all this sunflower seeds or oils?
Well, you know, the majority of the seed, about 80% of it, is used for cooking oil or for frying products. A lot of it you see like in snack foods, or if you just see it in bottled oil, that's where the bulk of the crop goes. It's usually into a cooking oil.
Are there benefits to using sunflower oil?
Oh, definitely. You know, we have sunflower oil has the highest amount of vitamin E, which is obviously very important for you. We're very high in monounsaturated fats, which is good for heart health and lowering your cholesterol. So it's a very good, healthy oil to consume and one that's on the rise as far as what consumers are looking for.
So that should be something we should look for on the grocery store shelves. Look for a sunflower oil when we're doing our shopping.
Definitely. We'll take all the new business we can get.
John Sandbaken, National Sunflower Association, joining us here on the KFGO Morning Crew. Who gets our sunflowers? I mean, our sunflowers, do they go to China? How are trade implications impacting the sunflower industry? Help our listeners understand a little bit better the sunflower industry.
Well, if you look at on the oil side of things, where those seeds that are produced for oil, I'd say about 70% of it is consumed here in the U.S. and the remaining 30% is exported. Our largest customer is Canada. They take about 75% of all the oil we produce for export goes to Canada, and their next best customer would be Mexico and Japan. On the confectionery seeds, which you had mentioned, the stripe seeds the chew and spit seeds, about 50% of that is exported, and our largest customers are Spain and Mexico, and the rest of it's consumed here in the U.S. So we really don't sell any product to China, and so the trade impact that China would have had is no effect on us.
Interesting, though. Besides using it for a cooking oil, is sunflower oil used in other applications? I don't know, like tires, oil for cars, roads, anything like that, John?
You know, when you mention tires, yes, it is. Michelin has a line of tires that they use sunflower oil in it. So there are other industrial uses. It can be used as a lubricant and also is you'll see it a lot in cosmetics also. Some of it is because sunflower oil has a very neutral profile or taste or smell, and so a lot of companies, especially in cosmetics, like to use that.
When we produce all the sunflowers here in North Dakota, South Dakota, the top production states, are the sunflowers processed locally in our vicinity? I know there's a sunflower plant in Enderlin. Give our listeners a little insight as to where these sunflowers get ready to go to market from.
Well, you know, there's also a crushing plant just right there in West Fargo, you know, probably not too far away from your studio, the KFGO plant. They also crush sunflowers. Those are the two main plants that crush the seeds. There's also a plant in Kansas. There's one in Colorado. But when you see the stripe seeds, the bulk of that is all processed in either Crookston or Fargo or Grandin. Wapaton. There's plants all along within the valley that process and clean that seed and ship it to our customers.
John, when it comes to sunflowers and commodities in general, where do sunflowers sit, say, here in the Dakotas? Wheat, corn, sunflowers, where do they sit in that line?
We're a smaller, more of a specialty crop. We're about usually right around 800,000 acres, in North Dakota. So we're one of the smaller crops, but it's a crop that does offer a lot of financial advantages for growers to grow, and then also make a nice profit.
Do you see, whether it's economically or through land use and in prices, do you see the sunflower production continuing to increase for North Dakota in terms of acreage?
Well, nationally and just on the demand side, we're looking to see about a 5 to 10% increase each year as where oil use is gone. And so definitely there is a need for more acres here in North Dakota, and especially with all the facilities that we have, the crush plants and the confection processing plants. I mean, we're always looking to expand acres because we have a lot more customers we can reach.
Well, a lot of interesting information there. You've educated us. I'm sure you've educated our listeners as well. We appreciate that, John.
Well, thank you for having me on your program today.
You bet. You have a great day. That's John Sandbaken, Executive Director of the National Sunflower Association. I learned a lot of stuff there.
I did too.